Medivh's old home, Karazhan, has lied abandoned since his death many years ago. Monsters led by a demon prince have invaded the tower, and it's your job to clean it out. Karazhan is the first 10-person raid instance in the Burning Crusade. It's a fairly big instance with 11 challenging boss encounters and lots of good loot. The first boss in Karazhan. At first, only Ottoman's horse Midnight is there, and he isn't hostile. Attack Midnight to begin the fight, and be ready for Ottoman to show up eventually. Moros is a rogue boss who has 4 undead adds with him. He can be a challenging fight because his main ability, Garrote, deals significant damage over a long period of time. Maiden of Virtue is a tough boss with paladin and priest abilities. She can deal a lot of damage to everyone around her, so your raid's healing and dispelling has to be on the ball. At first, all you see is Grandma. She can't be very hard, right? Let's go talk to her. Oh no, look out! It's a big bad wolf! Who saw that coming? Romulo and Julian is undoubtedly the hardest of the opera events. When the fight begins, you only fight Julian. After she has been killed, Romulo appears and you fight him. Once he has been slain, both Romulo and Julian come back to life, and you take them on at the same time. They must be killed within about 10 seconds of each other, or the one you killed is resurrected by the other. This is a multi-opponent, multi-stage fight. Everything you know to be true is Roar is a coward, the straw man hates fire, and Tito needs to be punted off a bridge. The Curator is a very unique fight that lets you unload a lot of damage periodically. Having a well-equipped tank is one of the key parts because Curator hits harder than any boss in Karazhan thus far. Develop your pieces. Castle early. Put pressure on the middle squares. Just kidding. The chess event has little to do with the real game of chess. It is an easy and fun event where the goal is to kill the opposite team's king. Ilhu is one of the harder fights in Karazhan. Thankfully you can skip him if you want. Having a warlock with high fire resistance makes this fight fairly easy. Shade of Iran is one of the most enjoyable and difficult fights in Karazhan. There are a lot of abilities to counter, and it requires a great deal of execution by the raid to get him down. This fight is unlike any boss you've ever fought. It's going to sound really complicated because there's a lot going on, but once you engage him and everyone gets a feel for the fight, he becomes very manageable. The prince makes his home at the top of Karazhan, and proves to be a very hard fight throughout his 3 stages. He summons infernals from the sky, axes to aid him, and deals heavy melee damage. Nightbane is summoned using the blackened urn on the Master's Terrace. He is an undead dragon and a fairly challenging fight. He is also part of the Attunement quest to Serpent Shrine Cavern, core of the main recipe. The Serpent Quarters is a seldom-traveled area immediately to the right after zoning in the front entrance of Karazhan. There are various undead beasts guarding the area.